Hi again. My name is John, and today we're going to talk about a book I read. So, kind of like yesterday, was it yesterday or today? Yesterday stroke today, right? I read this book. The name is The Mountain Is You by Brianna Wiest. It's spelled Wiest. And I'm kind of going to distill or try and explain. My light uses a motion sensor, so it's kind of like going to blink. So I need to use my hands to make it stay on. It's kind of good because it helps my body language for the video. All right. So The Mountain Is You by Brianna Wiest. I'm kind of going to give a few lessons I learned from the book and some advice, some talking points. You get just when we get into it. So essentially, first of all, I think I want to talk about how we, as a generation, as a humanity, we haven't touched, maybe not everyone, maybe the companies and the gurus have, but I mean like you and I, day to day phone users and technology users, we haven't even touched the tip of what AI could do. And it's crazy because let me just give you the gist of what happened. So I created a gem. First of all, Gemini Pro was giving free to students for a year. So I really love that they did that. It was a very generous offer, and it has helped me in so many ways. So on Gemini, you could essentially create a gem, and that's like a specific chat bot that has a specific instruction or rule. I think about that. That's crazy. You could have a distinct AI chat bot that performs a certain specific role. That just means it's going to do that role so much more better, right? So yeah, I created a chat bot, a gem. That's what it's called on Gemini for book summaries. So if you're a book person, yeah, you should be familiar with short form. Short form is a software that's kind of slight, bro. That kind of gives you a summary of a book, but not just gives you a summary, gives you action points and counter points. Yeah, it kind of like helps you digest the book really. Yeah. So I kind of like explain what I understood short form does, how it counters points, how it breaks it down, how it gives you action steps in line with what you just learned. And I kind of told that to the gem. And I told it to add more things that would help me understand the book. And within seconds, milliseconds of typing what I wanted, I got the gem. And it's crazy because I'm a very poor, I barely like reading books. I mean, I like reading books, I like the idea of reading a book. But when it actually comes to taking a book and reading it, I just stumble. I don't read it. I could try and read, but I just get distracted. It's kind of like a mental fog kind of thing. Yeah, so I really never enjoyed reading books right from a long time ago. It's just recently, like a year ago, that I actually started putting in effort to actually read. But then doing this, the whole um gem thing, I've literally finished a book in one day, 250 pages book. I've digested it in a day. I'm not just read it cover to cover, like I've actualized it, like there are steps and framework. Like it feels like I read the book like 3 times, that sort of thing. So yeah, I think that's just like the first point I'm talking on. I think we could use AI to do a lot more things than just Google searches or how to's, like, or dubbing your assignments, right? Like it goes much deeper. We could use it so much for our gain in so many ways. Almost everything you could literally do with it, right? Yeah, so now let's actually talk about the book, right? Because I think that's the main reason why I'm actually making this video, because it was a really good book. So the book kind of makes us understand that certain times we have goals, big goals, like I want 100 million subscribers, I want $100,000 profit every month, I want this level of physique, right? So we have goals, but then even having goals is sort of not enough, because sometimes we have goals and then we actually don't do anything about it. And sure, whilst I was discussing this with the gem, his name is actually Bookie, so I think we could just call him Bookie. But anyways, the gem, we kind of distilled that while some people might actually have a system problem, they don't have the right systems to actually get them to their goals. That's like setting habits, certain time blocks and routines to actually do the task that get you to the goal. Some other people actually have more of a internal limitation, more of an internal barrier to actually putting in the steps they know will get them to the goal, right? So in essence, the summary of the book is you have goals. You know, you watching this right now, you have goals. You've probably said them to yourself many times. Maybe even you've gone a step further and written it down and maybe even pasted it on your wall, like I have. I'm kind of glad you can't see it, but those are my goals. And then you just realize you are not doing anything about it. Like these are just papers on your wall. You are not taking any actionable step. The problem could be you are self-sabotaging. So that's kind of like what this book talks about, self-sabotage. This is the action you take that doesn't get you to the goal, right? It doesn't actually move you towards the goal, but it keeps you comfortable. It kind of soothes you. So actually, the reason you don't go for the goal is because you have a fear, you have a core need. Like for me, I think giving examples actually is so much easier for you to understand, right? For me, it was YouTube, right? And that's ironic because I'm saying this on YouTube, in it. But yeah, it was actually recording the video. I would so much in deep thinking about the video, I would literally plan a whole content curriculum calendar